Interesting. And also, besides the coalition cabinet portfolios, one of the things that is being talked about a lot is the position of the speaker in the Lok Sabha. The position of the speaker is a very crucial one, especially when you have a coalition government. The Telugu Desam party, according to reports, has demanded that it be given the speaker's position. Do you think the BJP, in the spirit of accommodating its coalition partner, would be willing to cede the space of the Speaker of the House in the Lok Sabha?
I doubt very much. You see, they had a terrible experience with another Telugu Desam speaker, Mr. Bal Yogi, who was actually instrumental in bringing down the Vajpayee government. They lost by 1 vote, I believe. I was there. I was watching that on TV at that time. So I think they'll be very cautious and it's all a matter of give and take and bargaining. So when they ask for something which they think is not easy to get, they are actually willing to settle for something else. Do you see how this game goes?
Right.
So that if Mr. Naidu gets something else instead of the speaker's position, which he actually needs more badly,
right,
he may not insist on getting the speaker's position either. We don't know.
And also, there are 2 faces that have been missing so far. We do not know if they'll be included later. And the 2 faces that we're talking about is that of Smriti Irani and also Anurag Thakur. They have not been brought in yet to be sworn in as ministers. There was a lot of speculation that perhaps they could be dropped. We still don't know. They could be included later. But for the time being, though, they've not been sworn in at this moment. Do you think that there is some calculation that has been done that Smriti Irani and Anurag Thakur may not figure in this current Modi cabinet?
May not be in the cabinet, but they may have an important role in the party. You see, they want to reorganize the party. Mr. Thakur is a very appealing, younger politician with a bright future, and he may appeal to another section of the voters. And Mrs. Smriti Irani, she's the confidant of the Prime Minister, and who knows, they may get very important positions in the party organization. You remember, we don't yet know who the party president is going to be.
That's interesting. That's of course something that is going to be talked about a lot in the days to come. Mr. Paranjape, you would have been following the BJP very closely, and one of the first things that Narendra Modi had said, when he became the Prime Minister for the first time, he said, less government, more governance, for which he said the size of the cabinet will have to be smaller. So the first time that he in fact brought in a cabinet, that was said to be a very small cabinet where just about 45 members had been made members of the Council of Ministers in 2014. But this time around it's going to be different. This time we can expect a much bigger cabinet. What's your take on that?
Actually, I don't think that Mr. Modi has fulfilled that promise of maximum governance and minimum government. Frankly, the size of the government and actually its reach, its powers have only grown during his 2 terms as Prime Minister. I call it Hindutva welfareism, In other words, that governmentality is not being reduced. So in that sense, he's no different from the predecessors, where, they were called socialists and, by their bent, their ideological bent, and they all believed in a gargantuan government, not in a lean and parsimonious style of governance. No, big spending, government being the driver, the engine of growth, this is continued. And Mr. Modi also believes that. So I don't expect the size of government to come down in any case. And now that the ministries are only ballooning, one of the juggling acts will have to be to get in more and more and more money, GST, of course, but income tax, excise, other forms of getting money from the country, from the people, from the business. This is also going to be an agenda of the new government.
I think that's a crucial bit of what is, of course, going to happen in the days to come. Do continue to stay on with this, Mr. Paranjape. These are live images that are being beamed straight from the Rashtrapati Bhavan. So we've seen the shape and form to a very large extent of the Narendra Modi's cabinet in 3.0. At this moment, there are some crucial faces who, of course, continue to remain a part of the key inner circle of Narendra Modi's cabinet. So there is a lot of continuity when you look at it. And there are also some new faces that are being accommodated. Accommodations are being done to keep the alliance partners together, to keep the flock together. That's going to be a huge task, because remember, Narendra Modi is not just going to be running a government that he completely commands. There are alliance partners that he'll have to take on board for every decision that he takes. He'll have to rely on his alliance partners even to get a budget passed. Without that, he simply would not be able to work. And that is going to be the difference in this current form of government of Narendra Modi from the earlier two governments that he has run. A lot of questions will, of course, be asked about the style of governance as to how things change. But remember, this is a new cabinet that is being sworn in. We still do not know the portfolios that are being assigned. How will things, of course, pan out? Who gets which portfolio? That's something that remains to be seen. Will Nirmala Sitharaman continue to remain as the finance minister? Will S. Jaishankar continue to remain the foreign minister? Will Amit Shah continue to remain the home minister? These are questions that are all still up in the air. We'll have more clarity on that in just a bit from now. Mr. Paranjape is, of course, with us talking about this new look and form of the Narendra Modi government. Mr. Paranjape, you know, the fact that this is going to be a government where the core members still remain the same, but do you think that the portfolios could be changed around, where you could have someone who's a new finance minister could, of course, come in, a new defense minister could come in? Do you think Amit Shah will continue to still remain the home minister?
I think there will be a shuffling of portfolios, not all of them, but some. It is tipped that Piyush Goyal is going to be the new finance minister. I don't know for sure. It is also being suggested that
all of this is speculation. We still don't know for sure. That's the crucial part, because the information has not come out officially. We still do not know as to who gets which portfolio. But the question, of course, is the inner team, the inner circle, the crucial 4 or 5 portfolios such as home, defense, finance, foreign affairs and law. These are the 5 big ministries. Will we expect some change there?
Absolutely. As I'm saying, this is pure speculation, but I doubt whether Mr. Amit Shah will continue as Home Minister, because there's been a lot of, heartburn at the manner in which some of the government agencies have been used against the opposition. So maybe somebody else will get Home Ministry. As you know, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is tipped for a very plum position. I don't know if Mr. Rajnath Singh will be shuffled in the sense that he may become the Home Minister, someone else may become Defense Minister. So these are questions that will be solved soon. But I think there will be both continuity and change, as I said right at the beginning. I think Dr. Jaishankar, who's done a stellar job as our External Affairs Minister, may continue, is likely to continue. But again, we have to wait and watch.
Absolutely, indeed. And there is, of course, no dearth of talent within the BJP ranks. And what we have here is Chirag Paswan, who's also been sworn in. He is from the Lok Janashakti Party, which has got 5 seats in the new parliament. All of them are being accommodated in this new cabinet that Narendra Modi is, of course, going to be heading. Chirag Paswan, who won from Bihar's Hajipur seat, taking his oath as a cabinet minister.
न्याय करूंगा। मैं चिराग पासवान ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि जो विषय संघ के मंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब के सिवाय जबकि ऐसे मंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगा।